Hey Cindy, this is Brian from Leadhounds, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 things that you can start doing to bring in more patients through your website at Excel Aesthetics. So before we get into those 3 strategies, I want to talk about the goal of those strategies. You want more patients, but how are you going to get them? And that's going to center around what's called buyer intent keywords. And those are basically words or phrases that someone's going to search for when they want to pay for a service. And that's going to lead them to your website. So in the case of Excel Aesthetics, that might be something like Botox Miami, right? You could choose any of your services, but since Botox is so popular, we're going to use that as an example. So I went ahead and searched that on Google, and here's what we find. So after these paid ads, what we see is what's called the organic listings. And these are the websites that show up without having to pay Google anything like you do for these ads. And these are going to be the most important part of the search results because this is where most people go to click when they search something like this. These can get over, up to 90% of the clicks. Okay. So right here we see some of your competitors: Miami Skin and Vein, Miami Plastic Surgery. And if we scroll down past the maps, we have some others, GV. We'll keep going and see if we can find Excel Aesthetics. I didn't see it after a page, and we're pretty far into the results and we haven't seen your website. So what that means is that all the people searching for this are going to be clicking on your competitors instead of you. Well, how many people actually is that? Like, do you even care? We can actually answer that question using this tool called Ahrefs. And it's going to show you that phrase, Botox Miami, gets 1,000 searches every single month. And if you go down this list, there's other related keywords with hundreds more searches every month. So you have thousands of people searching for this service, which is super valuable and that you provide every month. But if your website doesn't show up on Google, then none of the people searching for this stuff are going to find you. So let's look at your website and see what keywords you do show up for. So I searched for Excel Aesthetics in this tool, Ahrefs. Gives me search engine data. That was the same thing for this keyword list. And we'll look at your keywords. So right here we see that you show up for your business name. That's great. But as we go down, after those first 2, you're not on the first page for anything, right? After you get past number 10, you're off the first page. And what that basically means is that nobody's going to be clicking your website for anything past this because people don't go off of the first page to find a business they want to work with. Now, let's look at one of your competitors. So this is Miami Skin and Vein. I think they showed up first on those results. And we'll just look at their keywords. So right here you see they have Botox Miami, number 1. Botox in Miami, number 2, right? Miami Botox. So, and then we have lip fillers, Miami, microneedling Miami. So they're showing up at the very top for all these different services, probably getting thousands of people onto their website scheduling appointments. So how can you compete with them for those top spots? Well, that's going to come back to those 3 strategies that I mentioned at the start. So the first of those is going to be the content on your website. And what that means is that Google wants to see about 1,500 to 2,000 words of written content on your website describing your services. So if we take a look at excelaesthetics.com or Excel Aesthetics Miami, your website looks really good. We can scroll down. Let's look at your Botox page. Here we go. So here's your Botox page. And as we scroll down, we see you have actually a decent amount of content here to start. You might have like 500-600 words. So that's great. But now let's look at Miami Skin and Vein. and we'll go to their Botox page. I think I had it here. And if we scroll down here, we see that we can just keep going, and they have more and more content, right? They have this long format, and they probably have about 2,000 words here, which is what Google likes to see from its top businesses. So in order to compete, you're going to want to add more content using those keywords that you want to target and telling your patients more about those services. Okay, so let's move on to the second strategy, which is called backlinks. So a backlink is when another website posts a link that goes to your website, right? So like a URL on their page. And what that does is it tells Google that you are a credible business, because when they see another company linking back to your company, that gives them trust, and they're going to reward you for that trust by moving you up in those search results. So right here we see you already have 13 backlinks. So that's a great start. But let's look at Miami Skin and Vein. So we see that they have 310 backlinks. So that's a lot more, right? And that's going to be probably one of the main reasons that they're beating you out on those search results. So what can we do about that? Well, we can actually go in and look at their backlinks. And we can go to each and every one of these websites and get you a link from that site. And that's going to just match the strategy that Miami Skin and Vein has been using to have so much success online. But we don't want to stop there, right? We want to go ahead and add another 100, 200 backlinks to your website so that you're not just matching your competition, but you're blowing them out of the water. Okay, so that's backlinks. Let's talk about one more strategy, which is the Google Map Pack. So that's this section right here where you have the map and a couple featured businesses. So the third strategy is going to be to get your Google Maps listing into these top 3 businesses. And that's just going to get you some additional traffic, because a lot of people like to click on these links when they search for this stuff as well. All right, Cindy, so those are the 3 strategies I wanted to talk about. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was valuable to you. If it was, just give me a call or shoot me an email after you're done watching, and we can talk about the next steps. All right, thanks.